Good morning. How is everyone? I hope that you guys are having a good Thursday morning. I am just sharing this out so that all our regulars can hop on and paint with us. I know that a lot of you guys just watch, but also a lot of people actually paint along with us. So I want to make sure they get those notices. Welcome in, you guys. We are going to be working on our summer series. We're doing a blueberry today. So if you did the watermelon with us last night, that was this one. We're going to be doing a blueberry this morning. And we're making these fun little characters. They don't necessarily represent real fruit, obviously, because real fruit does not have eyes, but we are just having some fun with it. So we're going to be doing that this morning. So I hope that you guys will join us. Grab your paints, grab your brushes, grab your pencils, and we are going to draw and paint together. If you have never done watercolors before, that is fine. You don't have to know how to do this. I'm going to show you every step of the way, and we are going to just have some fun and learn together. So don't feel like you have to know what's going on, because you do not, okay? Do not feel like you have to know anything about watercolors, or don't feel like you have to have the same supplies that I have. None of that stuff, okay? I am going to just walk you through it step by step, and you don't have to already know how to do anything, okay? So what we're going to do today is we are going to be doing the blueberry, and let me pull that up for everyone, because I like to give everyone the opportunity to take a screenshot of the inspiration photo so that you guys have it. Now, I will tell you this, we are not going to, it never turns out exactly like the photo, and that's okay. It's generated by AI and ChatGPT, and so it's not anybody's art. We're not stealing anybody's art. It's just there for us to kind of look at and use as a guide. Hey, Angel, how's it going? Good morning. Hope that you are doing well this Thursday morning. So if you guys are looking to, if you have expectations, then what's going to happen is you're going to end up disappointed, okay? So don't expect anything to be exactly the way that it looks in the inspiration image, okay? The idea is for it to be an inspiration, okay? It just gives us a guide. So I want everybody to know that ahead of time, that when you have expectations of how it's going to turn out, then you generally will end up disappointed, okay? So the idea is just to use the image as an inspiration for what we want to do, and that is it. There's no real, like, we don't want it to look identical. That's not what we're going for, okay? So I'm going to pull this up. Let me just find it here. And this is going to be what we're going to do today. Hey, Carrie. How's it going? Oh, you're back at work. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling better at least, because being sick is no fun. All right, so here is the picture that we're using as our guide today. So if anybody wants to take a screenshot of that, you certainly can. That way you've got it to use. And let me see if I have, I might be able to put it on screen. Just 1 second. Let me try that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So give me just a sec and I'll see if I can do that. All right, did that come up or not? I don't see it. Very strange. Jody, is it on screen? How are you this morning? Good to see you. Let me just see. Hang on. It may be because I have something done here. Let's see. One moment. Let me fix it. Okay, just a second. Let me see if I can do it. I wonder why it's not coming up. There it is. All right, do you guys see that? All right, so there is what we're working on. Yay. Okay, I got it. Yay. I'm still, I've been doing lives since September of 25, almost daily. And honestly, I still don't understand half these features. So they have so many different, and they change it. About the time I figured out, they change it, and then you got to relearn it. So I just don't always understand it. Oh, okay. Oh, goodness, y'all. I'm yawning this morning. All right. So we're going to work on the blueberry today to go along with our little watermelon that we did yesterday. So if you guys are wanting to paint with us, grab some paints. I'm going to go through what I'm going to be using and what you'll need. However, just know that you don't have to be using the same stuff that I'm using. You can have any paints that you want, any brush that you want, any of that stuff, okay? This is the Meeden 96 color palette. This is what I will be using today. And it has 96 colors in it, and the colors are amazing, but also they're super creamy, super buttery, and they have a ton of pigment, okay? So you get 30 different metallic colors, which is really good because metallics can be quite pricey. But this set comes with 30 metallics, which is great. It also comes with 12 macaroon colors and 6 neon colors. In addition to that, it comes with your 48 primary and secondary colors. They go from top to bottom, color family wise, and left to right, lightest to darkest. So you can learn to shade really, really easily. It comes with a pencil, a brush, an eraser, and 2 art sponges, plus a detachable palette for mixing that folds in when you're done with it so that you can close it up and make it super simple to put away. So I love this set. It's a very good bang for your buck. You get a lot of paints for the price, which is great. And also they're really good quality. It's good for beginners, but also the seasoned artist as well. So this is what I'll be using today. Carrie, I'm so excited. Have you tried them out yet? Did you get the tube paints with the tin? Did you get the extra, like the tin like I have? Did you get this to put them in? And the reason I ask is just because I like to use a tin. I like to have all of my paints out here where I can see them. And with the tube paints, you have to pull the tubes each time. But if you have this, you don't have to. You just put them all in here. And then when you need a refill, you just refill them. Oh, good. You did get the tin. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I always tell everybody, if you're going to get the tube paints and you like to work from like a tin or a pan, like a pan style paint, then this is a definite like must have to go with those tube paints. So that's good. I'm glad. All right, cool. It took me a little time to squeeze them out in there and everything. And then it was probably overnight to the middle of the next day before they were dried. But I just left it open until they dried. And then since then, and now when I refill them, I don't even do that. I just refill them and I close it up and I don't worry about it. So So anyway, okay, so we're going to be using that. So that is going to be our paints that we're using today. The brushes that we're going to be using are twofold. We will be using the Meeden professional brush set. It comes with the 1, 3, 5, and 7 in this set. There is also a 9 brush set if you'd like to have more size options. They're short handles, so you can control the strokes really easily. They have a no rust ferrule on them, so you're not going to get rust in your art. The ferrule is very tight, so they're not going to shed, which is really good. And they have a design to reduce hand fatigue. So if you're painting for a long period of time, your hand tends to be able to hold up a little bit better. Now, if you are looking for a good set of high quality professional brushes that don't break the bank, this is a good set. Sometimes brushes can be upwards of $30 per brush, and this whole set I think you can get for under 30 bucks. So even though it is a professional set and it is going to upgrade your art really quickly and you're going to love them, they're not going to cost you a fortune, which is great. So I've linked those below, and these again are a great set to have. So we'll be using those. These are my favorite set out of all of my brush sets. I use these every day, and I have tried pretty much all the brushes. Just in case you guys were wondering about brushes, I can pretty much tell you, as far as TikTok shop, I have the majority of the brushes that are available, and so I can tell you kind of the ones I like and the ones I don't like for sure. Okay, the next brush set that we're going to be using is this golden maple set right here. This is the detail brush from Golden Maple. They're designed for miniature painting, and they come with 20 different brushes in this set. So you get liners, flat brushes, round brushes, fan brushes, and angled brushes. And you get the case that they go in, so you get to keep them all together and you don't lose them. There's 20 different brushes in the set. These are amazing. They also have a no rust ferrule, which is nice. They're made of a high quality birch wood with a very short handle for control, and they're designed as to reduce hand fatigue as well. So these are my go-to detail brushes, even though they're designed for miniature painting like dollhouse furniture and you know, toy cars and things like that. They're great for detail work in your art as well. So that's this set. I've linked them right here. So if you're looking for a great detail brush set, that is the set to go with. They are low in stock on this set though. So just so you know, it is running low in stock. So if you're going to grab it, you're going to want to grab it fairly quickly. Okay. The other thing that we're going to use is the Meeden paper. So let me show you guys that. The paper that I use is the Meeden Cold Press, 100% cotton. Comes in 20 sheets, and I get the 5x7 size. The reason that I get this 5x7 size is because I can fit 4 ACEO sizes, which is what I usually paint, on one sheet with no waste. So it is perfect for this style art if you're doing ACEOs. You don't have any waste, and you end up with 4 paintings out of one sheet of paper. So I love that. So if you're doing 4 out of each sheet and you get 20 sheets, you're going to end up with 80 pieces of art out of this one pad. So you get a lot of bang for your buck for that. Additionally, as you can see, the detail of the texture of this paper is beautiful. It has a gorgeous texture, and the colors of your art are so bright and so vibrant. It's acid free too, so your art's not going to change colors over time or yellow over time. It's a really good artist quality paper. So if you're ever wondering what paper to use from a watercolor standpoint, this is the paper I recommend. I absolutely love, love, love this paper. And it is pretty much the only paper that I use. Now, I occasionally will try out other papers, but for the most part, I always come back to this paper. It is absolutely gorgeous. Here it is blank, and so you can see that gorgeous texture on the paper. So, so pretty. Okay, so that's what we're going to use there. We're also going to be using our Grabby multi-liners for our waterproof pens. And then we are going to be using the Color colored pencils for the shading. Okay. However, if you're going to paint with us today, you're a beginner and you're not sure what's going on and you don't know what you need, all you need is paints, a pencil, paper, and a brush. Those 4 things. That's it. And it doesn't have to be the same ones that I'm using, okay? It can be paints you got at, the dollar store. I don't care. Just paint. Okay, the plan is to paint and have fun. All right. So this is the one we did last night. This is the one we're going to do today. We're going to do a blueberry today. We're doing a series on fruit. We just finished up our sea creature series. Let me show you guys the ones we did for that, just so you kind of have an idea of how we do these series. Okay, we started out with this little octopus. Isn't he cute? We did him. And I'm going to show you exactly how to draw these and paint them. So don't worry if you feel like you don't know what you're doing. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing either. Okay, guys, let's just be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. I don't know what I'm doing either, but we're learning together. Okay, then we did this little hermit crab. We did the turtle. Then we did the dolphin. I think he's so cute. Then we did the crab, and then we did the seahorse. So that was the sea creature series that we just finished up. And now we are about to start, or we are about to do the second one in our fruit series. Okay, so this is the fruit series. This was the watermelon we did last night. I think he turned out, or she turned out super cute. And we are going to now start work on our blueberry. All right. Okay, so I need some comments to let me know that everybody's ready to get started. I need a ready or yes or thumbs up or something in the comments to let me know y'all are ready to get started. I'm going to put you guys on the overhead tripod so that you guys can see better as we draw. Kenzie, thank you so much for the follow. I'm going to follow you back right now. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, follows, taps, likes, all the things. Those are all very, very helpful to push us out to the FYP. Gray Crow Spirit, thank you for the follow. So you guys go ahead and tap the screen a few times if you don't mind, and let's get this sent out to FYP so we can get lots of people in the room painting with us. It will be so much fun. The more people we have painting, the more fun it is. So tap the screen. And also, fan club points are right here. You can click that little heart right there. If you do that, it will notify you when I'm live, all the things. Okay, thank you, Angel. Thank you, thank you. I need to, you know what? I'm going to write that down. I can't do anything without writing it down. Let's see. Spray sealer. All right, I wrote it down. So hopefully that'll help me remember to do that. Okay. It's okay. I'm glad you reminded me. Keep it up. Keep it up. I need that. I need it. I need it. My husband has to remind me 47 million times to do something. So it's my neurodivergency. I think about it, and then as soon as I shift to something else, it completely leaves my brain. All right, guys. Well, let's get started. I want to have everyone that paints with me. I want to make sure that you guys are ready for that. So hopefully you are. We're going to go ahead and get started. The blueberry is up in the left-hand corner of the screen, if you guys are wondering what we're drawing. And I'm going to go ahead and get going on that. I'm using my Nic Pro mechanical pencil set. This set is no longer available, so I can't recommend another set right now. I do have one on order that I will hopefully love and I can recommend for you guys. But a good mechanical pencil is really nice to have if you are doing a lot of sketching and drawing, because it keeps your line work very consistent. And so I like to use a mechanical pencil as opposed to a normal regular pencil. because a regular pencil, as the lead gets dull, it gets wider, and as it gets wider, your lines get wider. So it messes with the consistency of your line work. So I use a mechanical pencil, but any pencil will do. You know, don't not paint with us just because you don't have a mechanical pencil, okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and tape this down first because I want to make sure that we have our edges nice and clean. If I can find where this starts, there it is. Okay, so I use washi tape to tape mine down, but you can use anything that you want. I'm going to move this over just a tad so that I can actually get to my art without bumping my nose on my tripod. All right. So I give myself about 1/4 of an inch border all the way around. And that way, when we peel the tape, as you can see, you're going to end up with this little frame, which I love that. And so I really like having a frame around my art. So that's why I tape mine down. You don't have to, obviously. If you don't want to, you can create your own border by drawing around it or whatever. I use this very inexpensive washi tape in order to do that because I don't like using my expensive tape. And this comes in like 60 rolls. You get like 60 rolls. Hi, Hives. How's it going? You get, I think it's 60 rolls. There it is. Yeah, you get 60 rolls in this set. So obviously it's super cheap. So I don't feel bad about using it and then throwing it in the trash when I'm done, when I peel it off. And my expensive washi tape that I use for like my art journaling and my mixed media and stuff, I don't like using that for my art like this because I think it's a waste because we're just taping it and then throwing it away. I prefer washi tape because it makes a very clean line. And if I use a painter's tape, it doesn't seem to be as clean of a line. Artist tape is, for me, not a good option. I've used it multiple times and it always seems to leak up underneath the tape, so I don't like it. Washi tape has just always seemed to be the easiest for me. So, all right. Okay, all right, so we have it taped off and we're going to go ahead and get our blueberry drawn out. And then once it's drawn, we will get it painted, all right? So, we're going to do our background very similar to how we did it yesterday with the, you know, the sand or the ground at the bottom and the sky at the top. However, I'm going to go ahead and draw it first. And then I think what I'm going to do is maybe I'm going to do the background after I get the blueberry painted today and just see, because I want it to be splotchy. I don't want it to be a solid background, and I have a tendency to kind of overdo it when I do it first. So we're going to go ahead and just draw it first. All right. Now this has a little flower down here. So we're going to start with the flower. Okay. And we're going to draw our little leaves. And so I'm going to go around and I'm going to kind of bring them to a point and down like this. Do the same thing here. Bring it to a point and around. To a point and around. So all I'm doing is going up and up to a point and then back down. Kind of like those little parenthesis marks with the little point in the middle. And then again, up and down. And then we've got our center. Okay, so that's our flower. And then we're going to have our little leaf coming up from behind and also right here. Okay. Now our blueberry is going to come up from that. So we're going to go around and up. And then all the way from here around. Doesn't have to be perfectly round because blueberries aren't perfectly round. We just want to have the shape. Okay. Now I do want to make sure that the crown part, the little, I call it a crown, I don't know what it is, but the little crown part of the top of the blueberry is kind of to the side. So I'm going to bring this over a little more, and then we're going to bring that crown part down right here. And then we're going to end up with our little, see, it does look like a crown, y'all. I'm not crazy. Okay, so that's going to be the top of our blueberry. Angel, me too. Hey, Stacy Lee, how are you? Welcome in. Oh, sorry. Okay, and then we're going to also bring, so this comes across. And up. So it's 2 layered. Okay. All right, let's do our eyes, which are going to be right here, round, big ol' eyes, and big ol' eyes. That's not big enough. There we go. And then our mouth. Our mouth is going to be open and smiling. We have our tongue right here. And then we have our leaves coming out here. And here. Okay. So there we are with our little blueberry already drawn out, ready to go. And now we just have to put some color on him. What do you guys think? Oh no, Stacy Lee, that sounds horrible. Hey, Just Journals and Watercolor, how's it going? Yay, I'm so glad that you're here. Well, I hope that you learn a lot. We learn together. I am not a professional. We just get on here, play around, and learn and have fun. So we make lots of mistakes along the way, and sometimes our stuff turns out like a hot mess, and sometimes it turns out beautiful. So you just never know. So we're doing, this is the second one in our fruit series. We just did this one last night. I'm on here Monday through Friday, and we try to do fun little series. So we're starting this fruit series. This is the second one in the series. Any of the ones that you miss, all the replays are available on my Tube of You. Okay. We just finished up the sea creature series a couple of days ago. So that was one that we did that we just finished up, and those are mostly uploaded. I'm having trouble for some reason getting them to the last two, the turtle and the seahorse, to download, but it looks like, I'm just checking it now, it looks like they finally got downloaded. I had to restart the download again this morning because they weren't doing what they were supposed to do. But now that they're downloaded, I can get the last two of the sea creatures uploaded, and everything will be caught up except for yesterday's watermelon, which I'll get done soon. So, all right. So we got it drawn out. So I need everybody to go ahead and give me a thumbs up in the comments if you're done getting that drawn and you're ready to move on to the base layer of color. We will be using the Meeden brushes for that, and we will be using the golden maple detail brushes. All right, guys. So if you have a question about brushes or paper or paints or anything like that, let me know. And we will do that. Yes, Stacy Lee, I will be putting the tooth in there. I surely will. But I'll do that with my gel pen at the end. So, hi, Puzzle Princess. Welcome in. Glad you're here. You're ready to go. Thumbs up, thumbs up. That's awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and get going. I'm going to use the Meeden brush. I'm using the number 1 to start. And we're going to just put a base color of blue on his body. I'm looking to see. I don't think I have. Okay, I don't have these swatched, so I'm going to have to. I'm gonna have to guess at the color of blue that I want. Actually, I think this might be okay to use. Yeah. Okay. So we've got. Let me just get this. I want to see. I don't mind that color. I don't know where my other swatch cards. See, this is why I don't like having to keep up with swatches, because I can never keep up with them when I need them. So I'm just going to swatch these blues and try to find a good color that I want. Let me pull out a swatch card. Okay. All right, so let's see which blue we want to use. This one is going to be too light, I'm pretty sure. This one... I think I'm going to end up with this one. I think that's the one I'm going to end up using. But I just want to make sure. And I need to have them... Ooh, I like that one. I need to have them swatched because I need to know how I'm going to shade these too. So, ooh, I like that one too. Gosh. No, that's too green. That we will have to use for some shading. So I think I want to go with this one. Four, five. So I think that's this one. Yeah. I think I'm going to go with that one. What do you guys think? I know, isn't it cute, Stacy Lee? All right, so we'll go with this one, and then I think we can use this as our shading. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, guys, so here we are. We're going to use the, I don't know what the name of this blue is, but I can show you on the palette. It is the 1, 2, 3, the 5th one over. So we're going to use the 5th one, and then we're going to use the last one as our shading. So we'll use this one for the base right here, and then we'll use this one for the shading. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead, and now when we do this, yeah, I'm using the 1, Jody. Sorry. This is the Meeden 4 brush set, and it's the number 1. All right, let's see. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to make this, I'm going to go ahead and saturate this on my palette, okay? So I'm going to put it on my palette, and then I'm going to take a lot of water, and I'm going to make it very, very thin so that it's not super dark, okay? And I'm going to use that as my base because I want to be able to have some leeway for shading on this. And if we go with the dark right off the bat, we're going to struggle with that. Now, don't worry about it having puddles of color because, again, blueberries are not perfect. I'm going to go around this flower. I'm going to use my detail brush to go around that in a minute. But go ahead and just get a base color of blue on him. And again, we want it to be sort of light. It doesn't have to be perfectly, doesn't have to be super light, but light enough that we can dab in some shading and stuff when we get ready to. Okay. I haven't heard my birds lately. Wonder if they have moved out of their nest. Or maybe it's just the weather, because it's been kind of dingy around here. And normally it's a nice sunny day when they're out chirping. So maybe they just don't chirp on days that it's not sunny. I don't know, but I feel like that I haven't heard them in a while. Okay, so we have his blue in there. Let me get my detail brush and just get a little bit of this to go around the flower. I don't want to get it inside that flower because I'm going to use a light color on the flower. So all right. Okay, so we have that in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to first use that same color at a more saturated rate while this is still wet, at a more saturated rate. And we're just going to drop it in on this left side. And let me grab my paper towel. Okay, go ahead and rinse your brush and kind of just let that spread. Don't do too much to it. Let it, remember, it knows what to do. The paint already knows what to do when it hits water. So there's not, you know, like you don't have to do too much to it. It kind of already knows. So just make sure that it's wet enough that the color will spread. Okay. And you don't want to have too much, you don't want to have any harsh lines. So I always, when I wet something, I wet the entire thing, even if I'm not putting color in. And that's because I don't want any water lines or harsh lines from the water drying. So it's all wet. All right. So again, we're going to do that same thing right here. We're going to drop in some color right around this flower. Okay. You're going to kind of let it do its thing. So let it spread. Just kind of control it a little bit. You know, you don't want it to you don't want it to overpower your blueberry. So just make sure it doesn't spread too much. But you have those shadows, okay? And that's what we're wanting, is for it to kind of shadow around there. Okay, now while it is still wet, we're going to take that darker color that on the end, that purpley color, and we're going to kind of drop that in over here in a few places. And we're going to give that a little bit of help spreading, just because we don't want this to be too dark, okay? We don't want it to overpower. We want that purple tint, but we don't want it to be like just this big purple blob, right? We don't want it to overpower. We want that purple tint, but we don't want it to be like just this big purple blob right there. Okay, we want it to kind of spread and fade into that purple. If it's too much, you're going to want to add in a little bit of that darker blue again to kind of balance it. Okay. I don't think mine's too much. It's got a few kind of dark spots that we could spread out a little bit. Dark spots that we could spread out a little bit. Fade into the purple. So if you need to, you can step in with this darker blue, kind of add that in right around the purple as well, like that, so that it kind of, okay, so now we have the purple in there and we have the blue in there and we've got those shadows, right? All right, now we're going to give it its little cheeks before we dry it. So go ahead and grab a pink, whatever pink you want, and we're going to add our little cheeks where we want them to be. All I did was just touch it to the wet water and it spread on its own. Now, if it gets a little out of hand, go ahead and try to control it with your brush. You don't want it to spread too much. And now I'm going to dry that before it goes crazy with the pink all over its face, okay? So let's go ahead and dry it. And so see, now you can see all the different tones of the color that we have in there and all the shading. And I think it looks really nice and cute. And now we have to do the top, the crown. All right. So give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you are caught up to where we're at. If you need a little more time, whatever you need to do, go ahead and everybody give me a comment in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up emoji if you guys are ready to move on to the crown. Also, take some time right now, if you wouldn't mind, and tap the screen a few times. Give me some likes, shares, repost, comments, all the things that push us out to the FYP would be amazing. Stacey Lee, thank you so much for that gift. Thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate it so much. Gifts are always appreciated from you guys, so thank you so much for that. All right, Puzzle Princess says, let's move on. All right, girly. We're ready. We're ready to get this crown going. All right. So I'm going to rinse my water, or I'm going to dump my water and get some clean water. I use the Mead and Paint toilet. Unfortunately, those are no longer available. They have never come back in stock after they went out at Christmas time. I don't know why, because these are amazing, but I can get clean water really easy with that. But if you can't, go ahead and dump your water, because you know you have a lot of yucky in it from all the blue that we've used, and get some clean water. And here's how we're going to do this. We're going to put in clean water in the entire crown. Okay, so we're going to do a wet on wet here. And we're going to go with that dark. We're going to go with that blue. Oh, sorry, wrong blue. That blue. And we're going to put it at the tip of the crown. Just like that. Then you're going to rinse your brush completely. Dry it off. And you're going to drag that color down. Into this. I'm going to switch to my detail brush. These are the Golden Maple detail brushes, so I'm going to put those up for you guys. All right. All right, so now we have kind of these different tones. And what we're going to do is now we're going to go in and right along here, this inside line, we're going to drop in some darker color, all right? Because we want to have this dark shadow right here. But we need that to be dry to do that. So go ahead and dry it. And then, hang on. Okay, so now we're going to grab that dark blue And I'm going to go right along this line here and just define that front section first. Okay, and then I'm going to get those shadows in there. So I'm going to fill it in with this darker, and we want that to kind of spread. So if you need to, go ahead and add a little bit of water so that you're not, so it's not too much harshness in there. We want this to be shadowed, and then put clear water in here so you don't have harsh lines. Okay, but mainly we want this right here to be that dark shadow. I'm going to add in some more, and I'm going to kind of let it spread in that water on its own. So that we can clearly see the front from the back of this little crown. Crown. Again, if you need it to spread, add water. And then let it do its thing. Don't give it control over the bottom though. You want this front part to be lighter. Okay, so we kind of have that back versus the front. Okay. Sorry, Stacy. Sorry, Miss Stacy Lee. All right. Again, we want that dark area of those points to kind of be defined. Now, if it's not light enough in the front, you can add water and then rinse your brush, dry your brush, and you can pick up that color, just like I just did, to lighten up that front. All right, guys. Go ahead and tap the screen a few times. Give me a thumbs up. We'll move on to the remainder of the base coating. I do want to, let's see, how do I want to do the flower? Let me just think this through. Because it's a white flower on here, but I feel like we should do something else. I think I'm going to do a pink. I think I'm going to do pink. So I'm going to take the same pink that I used for the cheeks. So any pink, whatever pink you want. And I'm going to put it, actually, I'm going to do this a wet on wet. So I'm going to just put some wet water in here. Some clear water, or in my case, it's light pink because I had some pink on my brush. But let's go ahead and spread this around. Now remember, the pigment's going to follow the water. So as long as you keep the water in the lines, then when you drop your color into it, it's going to follow that, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pink and I'm going to drop it at the base of my flower, like right around the center of my flower. And I'm going to make that really dark, okay? Just like that. And then I'm going to rinse my brush. And I'm going to drag that forward to the tips of my flower. So that it has that faded ombre look. Okay, just like that. We're going to dry it. And then I'm going to take my purple ZSCM glitter pen. You can take a white acrylic pen if you want, whatever you want. I'm going to use this purple acrylic glitter pen and make the center of the flower so it's kind of sparkly. Okay, I'm going to dry that off. Okay, now let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do the leaves and get those out of the way, and then we'll work on the details of the eyes and everything. Okay. All right. Same thing that we're going to do. We're going to do the leaves the same way. We're going to put in, oops, that's blue. We don't want blue. Get some clean water. Make sure you're clean. And drop in your clear water into your leaves. Okay. And then take whatever green you want to use. I'm going to use this. Let me see. I think I want to use, I might even use the, hang on. Let me use that. All right. Drop it in right at the base. Okay, rinse your brush and then drag it up and push that color. Okay, I'm going to take my detail brush and I'm going to add in a little more on that one side. Oops. Don't worry about going out of the lines because we're going to do some detail work with our pens in a minute, so that's not going to matter. All right, go ahead and add some more water in the other. In the other leaf. Do that same thing. Rinse your brush. Just get clear water and spread that color. We want that shadow. Okay. All right. Let's try that. We'll do the ones on the other side. You can even drop in a little bit of yellow if you wanted to in your leaves while they're wet, and it'll give them kind of that leafy look. Make sure your flower is dry before you do these leaves around your flower. You don't want green accidentally going in your flower. Because if it's wet, that pigment is going to follow. Rinse your brush and drag the color into the rest of the leaf with a clean brush. Okay, if you need more shadow, drop in a little bit more. Just remember, whenever you want to stop your pigment, rinse your brush and take clean water. to stop that spread and control it. Okay. Oh, yay, Lauren in colors. I'm so glad. Yay. Thank you for the follow. I will follow you back as soon as I can get to the comment section of my stuff. It's above my head right now, so and it won't let me follow on the computer desktop streamer, but I'm so glad we're here every day, Monday through Friday, doing fun watercolor tutorials. So join us, paint with us. We will love it. All right. Okay, so go ahead now that you've got clear water in your leaf. You're going to drop in some of this dark green right at the base of the leaf. Remember, the pigment knows what to do. It's going to go up and follow that water, and that's fine. Now rinse your brush, dry it off, and drag the color up. Okay, and then if you need to add more color, go ahead and add that in there a little bit at a time. You can always take color away too, if you need to, by drying your brush off and just picking up color. Okay, so just know that you can do that. Watercolor is very forgiving, so if you mess up, it's usually pretty easy to correct your mistakes. All right, so there are our leaves. And now we are going to work on the eyes. All right. So what we're going to do for the eyes, everybody give me a thumbs up in the comments if you're good and you're caught up and you're where you need to be. Hey, Mom, I didn't see you come in the room. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the popular. I love it. Gifts are always appreciated. Okay. Thumbs up in the comments that we're good to go and start on the details of the face. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Sorry, I have my shoestring was caught in the wheel of my chair, y'all. I need to fix it. Okay. I need a new chair. Bad. Mine's all squeaky and it won't, like, it sits up tall, but then it works its way down over time, which is frustrating. It's like I end up lower and lower throughout the thing, and I have to make my chair go back up again. I don't know. Maybe that's a sign that I've just put on some, LBs. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to do our thank you, Puzzle Princess, for that feedback. You guys, I need feedback from you guys. Because if I don't know if I'm going too fast. Okay. Stacy Lee, thank you so much for that heart. I love it. Is that a new? I've never seen that one, I don't think. Thank you. Thank you. Love it. All right. We're going to move to our grabby multi-liners right now. So this is what I'm going to be using. You don't have to use this. You can use black watercolor paint and a really good detail brush. But the idea is that I use the grabby because they are waterproof and so they won't smear. So if I have to come back to them later and put water over them, it's not smearing. So that's why I like to use these waterproof pens. Okay. They're very similar to a micron. So if you have a micron, that'll work also. Oh, thanks for the roses, Stacy Lee. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and outline the eyes to start. And I'm not worried about there being blue inside the eyes because we're going to use a gel pen to fix all that, okay? So, not a big deal. Okay? All right, so I'm going to take my white gel pen, which I need to find because it is, oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to go and cover up my blue. like that in my eyes. You can also do this with like a white gouache paint if you wanted to, or white acrylic paint. These are acrylic gel pens, so they cover it up fine. All right. Make sure those are dry. If you didn't get any blue in your eyes, you don't have to do that step. Okay. All right, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the eyes. So let's draw our circle kind of on the inside of the circle we already have. Just like that. And then we're going to draw another circle on the inside of that, like this. And that circle is the one we're going to fill in with black. Same thing here. We're going to fill that in. Thank you for the likes, guys. Always appreciated when you guys tap the screen. That does push us out to the FYP to get to the people that are our people. It's going to push us out to other artists that maybe want to join us and paint. So it's very, very appreciated when y'all tap the screen. All right, we're going to take our grabby blue pen, also waterproof, and we're going to fill in the blue in the eyes at the base. I always use blue. You can use green or whatever color eyes you want. It doesn't matter. Julie, thank you so much for that heart me. Appreciate that. You guys, if you click that heart up at the top here, you will see that it gives you some fan club options. So definitely do, if you want notifications when I'm live, or if you want to kind of keep up with me and the tutorials and stuff that we do. And it'll also help your account and also mine. Yay! I'm so glad, Dee. Yay. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We always want, I love to have other artists in the room because I am not a classically trained artist. I've learned from books and videos. And so I am the quintessential proof that you do not have to be born with talent to become an artist. You can learn. It's a skill set. Now, obviously, some people have more talent than others. Lots of people have more talent than I do. But, you know, I'm self-taught. And so I love to have artists in the room who can tell me. Like, sometimes people ask questions and I'm like, I have no idea. And so then I have to go and find out the answer because I don't know the answers to those questions. So it's always nice to have other artists. I do call myself an artist, even though I technically was a gymnastics coach for 35 years. And I'm a writer. I have coloring books, and I have devotionals, and I have a book that is an international bestseller that is about the unfortunate unaliving of my aunt and that case. So I love to write in any kind of creative outlet I'm big on. All right, all we're doing is just kind of outlining, giving it some extra little oomph around the edges. We're going to do that with the leaves and the flowers in a minute too. All right, so we have that. So we've got the eyes done. We want to put some eyelashes on these eyes. Let's go ahead and do the eyebrows too. And the eyelashes. I'm going to do one more little one right there. There we go. All right, so now we have the eyelashes. Thank you, Julie. Yes. Please tap the screen if you can. That helps so much. I know it's hard to do that when you're painting, so. Goodness, excuse me. All right, let's do the mouth. All right, so we're going to go along the edge of the mouth, just like this. We're going to drag down and around. Okay, and we're going to go over that tongue. And then we're going to color this all in with black. We'll put the tooth in there in just a sec. Okay. All right, so now we have the little tongue to do next. Let's do that in a light pink. So we'll use the same pink that we used for the flower. And we'll fill in that tongue. And again, that's why I use these waterproof pens, because they will not smear. And again, that's why I use these waterproof pens, because they will not smear. So when I put water over that black, see how that black did not smear? That's why I like these pens. All right, so we have the tongue in there. Look how cute, y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm loving it. Love, love, love. All right, let's go ahead and put the tooth in there. I'm going to use my white gel pen again to put that little tooth in right at the top of the mouth. Just like that. Super cute. All right, let's go ahead and finish our outlining before we start doing some shading with our colored pencils. Oh, we'll have to do the background too. All right, let's go ahead and outline our leaves. There we go. And our flower. Now, I'm going to, uh-oh, I hit something and knocked it off. I don't know what it was. Oh, it was this. Okay. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't one of my art pieces. Okay, now I'm going to take the 005. Okay, so I'm switching from the 01 to the 005. And we're going to do some just some details on the flower. Just to make sure it has that center. Okay. Back to the 01. There we go. All right, so we have our leaves and flower outlined. All right, so there's where we're at so far. We are going to put in some background clouds and a ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump my water and get fresh water. Okay, so everybody get clean water. And we are going to put in just some water back in the background, just clean water. Okay, wherever you feel like it should go. Okay, and now we're going to add our cloud, our sky. I'm going to use a lighter blue. I'm just going to kind of add in some splotches. Then I'm going to rinse my brush. Okay, and I'm going to pick this up. Okay, because I don't want it to be overpowering, but I want it to be a splotchy sky. Okay, just like that, and we're going to let that dry. The base, we're going to do the same way. We're going to put in some water. Or I say the base, the ground. We're going to put in some water. Then we're going to drop in some brown. Okay, we want to put a little bit of a shadow up underneath him right here. So darken that up just enough that you kind of get that shadow to spread out. Okay. Don't let it get out of control. Good. Sorry, I got a little bit of brown in my flower I want to clean up. Remember, you can always pick up color with a dry brush. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's our background. Now, let's start putting in some shading and some color in him and some little details. So we're going to take our, I feel like I need a really dark blue. Let me find a dark blue. Okay, we're going to use the Color colored pencils for this. Thank you, Sassy Soul. Thank you, Sharon. All right. These are what we're going to be using for the shading. So just so you guys know, it's the 240 set. I know everybody says 240, that's overkill. It is definitely not. The more shades you have, the better blends that you can get. So I like to use I like to have a lot of color choices. So I'm going to show you guys, we're going to get to the blues. In this set, you get 6 trays of your primary colors, and then you get a tray of your blacks and grays, and you get a tray of neutrals. So this is the purple And I think, hang on, here are the blues. Okay, so we need to have a purplish blue, which is going to be more like this ultramarine right here. So we definitely need that. But we also need a lighter blue that is closer to the blueberry color that we used. So let me get him in there and decide. This is definitely one of the colors we're going to need. I feel like that's too blue. So let's see, maybe this. That's a good blue. This is the gray blue. I feel like that'll be good. And then we need probably, nope, that's too, maybe this. Nope. Nope, all these are too like greenish. There, that's a good one, I think. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, we need that one. I'll tell you all these colors in just a second once I get them picked. Because I don't want to tell y'all wrong. That's a good one, I think. No. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so that's going to go there. Then we need a light color. Let me see. Super light blue. I mean, this is really light, but I don't think it's the right lightness of blue. I feel like we need to do maybe this. Nope. I think we're going to have to go with this. Because we need something that's pretty light, but I don't have a good shade that I see that's light enough. All right, so let's put these away. I may have to look in my 72 color set. So as you can see, even with a 240 color set of pencils, I'm still struggling to find the right shade of blue that I want to use. So sometimes I feel like 240 is not even enough. Let me check my 72 color set and see if I have any blues in there that might work. Let me see. So I keep my 72 color set here until my new trays come in for my 240 set. But see, like, maybe, ooh, that's better. So see, sometimes I have to just pull from a different set. All right, so we're going to use that. All right. Okay, so let me move this out of the way for now, just so that you guys can see this a little bit better. All right, so here's what we're going to use. Our light color is called pastel blue. Okay, so that's the light color we're going to use. And then we're also from the Color set. This is from the So Color set. So that is right here. Let me pull that for you so you guys can see that set. This is my 72 color set. Y'all, it's on for a screaming sale right now. Like, this is a screaming deal on these colors. So if you're looking for a good colored pencil set that's not going to break the bank, that's also, you know, got quite a few colors in it, this 72 color set right here is a really good deal. So that's what this color is from that set. Okay. Now the other set that I'm using is the Color set, and the rest of these are from this set. Okay. So this set is also on a screaming deal right now, because you get 240 colors for that price. So, but we're going to be we're using the light blue, the gray blue, the cypress blue, and the ultramarine. So those are the colors we're using out of that set. Okay. I'm going to use them in this order. I'm going to use this is going to be my blender. I'm going to use the light blue first. Then I'm going to use the Cypress blue. And then I will either be, depending on where I'm at on the blueberry, I will either be using the gray blue as the dark or the ultramarine. Around the purple area, that's where I'll be using the ultramarine at. This dark blue area, I'm going to be using the gray blue. Okay. So, and then of course, this is going to be my blender, which is the pastel blue from the 72 color set. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and move through this. We're going to start in our dark shaded areas. I'm using a very light pressure, and I'm just going in my shaded areas with this lightest color, and I'm going out as far as the shading goes. Okay. Then I'm going to take my second color and light pressure. I'm going to go out, but I'm not going to go out as far as I did with the other color. Then I'm going to take on this side, I'm going to do the gray blue, and I'm going to stay close to my edge to add in that shadow. Okay, all this is doing is emphasizing those areas of shadows that we've already done with our watercolors. So it's not necessary, but I feel like it makes it less flat. Hey, Kristen, how's it going? Welcome in. So I just feel like that when you do it, when you add the colored pencils on it, it just makes it less flat. So I'm going to blend this in now with this color here. I'll bring that around just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to do that again. This time with a little heavier pressure. I'm going to use a white to blend that too, right here. So that doesn't look so harsh. It's going to give that a little bit of a highlight, which is fine. Highlights we don't mind. Okay, now we're going to use that dark color. We're going to come in right along the edge. I don't think we're going to need to go in with heavy pressure on this. I think this will be fine. Okay. Perfect. All right, now let's do this side right here. Okay, same thing. We're going to go in with light pressure with, let me see. Yeah, with the light blue. Sorry, I started that out wrong. With this light blue. Then the medium blue. And then we're going to use this ultramarine on this side because this is the purple. It's not really purple, but it's got a little bit of a hint of purple to it. So we're going to get that kind of shadow in right there. And I'm not going to do this very much at all. Like I'm just barely putting that in there. Just to give it enough of a shadow that it's like not flat. Okay. And I'm going to blend out right through here. I have a glare. That's why I keep lifting up the page. I have a bit of a glare on my screen. There we go. All right, that looks good. The last thing I'm going to do is take this dark blue, this gray blue, and right along here. I'm going to give it just a little bit of a shadow right there. Okay. Blend that out. All right, that looks good. I like that. So now he's just less flat. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start adding in a little bit of detail. Just some, you know, little extras here and there. Okay. So we're going to put in some dots. Where did my paper go? Especially around the cheeks, like freckles. This is just going to kind of give it a little bit of character. All right, and now I'm going to take my Grabby 005 and I'm going to kind of give it some movement lines. I call these movement lines because it kind of simulates like the image is kind of moving when you put these lines in here. I don't want to do too much, just enough where it's got just a few little emphasis marks. Okay. Just like that. And then we're ready to splatter. Look how cute. Oh no, we haven't done the highlights of the eyes. Sorry, I forgot. Let's do that. All right, the highlights go here and here. Oh, that brought it out. Well, there you go. That gives it some personality. All right, let's go ahead and splatter. We will splatter with that dark purple. Let me get the blueberry covered. Okay. All right. So we're going to use our dark purpley color to do the splattering, which is this one on the end here. Okay. And I'm going to, let me pull this back, set this up. And we're going to just do some soft splatters, not too much. Oh well. So much for that. Okay, that's all right. Let's pull it up. Ta-da! All right, let's dry it and then we'll peel the tape and you guys can see those beautiful framed edges. My favorite part is the tape peel. Thanks, Puzzle Princess. I think she turned out really cute. Or he or she or who or whatever. I don't even know what it is. It's a blueberry, so I don't know that there are actually genders of blueberries. Okay. Let's peel the tape. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Here we go. And there is our second in our fruit series, this summer series, fruit. I'm so excited about this series. It's going to be so fun. We've got a lot of really fun little fruit characters that we're going to be doing. So this is the second one in this series. Again, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Move it up here. That way you guys can see where the replays are. Move it up here. That way you guys can see where the replays are. Let's see. The seahorse and the turtle. Those are the last two in the sea creature series that we did that will be going up today on my Tube of You. So if you missed this series and you want to do it with us, they're there, except for these two, and they'll be going up this afternoon. And just so you guys know, you can find me at Coach Ellen's Creations anywhere. All my channels are the same. If you're struggling with finding me any place. Okay, and I'm on all the channels, and it's all under that same name. So, okay, so this series will be up. The last two will be going up today. Oh goodness. Okay, Stacy Lee, there it is. Follow your swatch cards. Okay, you get swatch cards, so follow that, and you shouldn't have a problem putting them back in order. But it's going to be top to bottom for colors, and then left to right from lightest to darkest, if that helps. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Angel. Thank you for helping get that information to everybody. Appreciate that. You're welcome, Stacy Lee. Kristen, thank you for the rose. I didn't see that come through. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. All right, so here are the two that we have done so far in this series. And I think they're turning out cute. Let's see. I think tomorrow is going to be the pineapple. Oh, actually, you know what, guys? Tomorrow I will not be on. I forgot. I'm keeping the grandkids tomorrow because my daughter has a wedding. Her and her husband are wedding photographers, and she has a wedding in Fredericksburg tomorrow. So I'm going to have them from very early in the morning until very late tomorrow night. So I will not be on until Monday again. I will tell you, if I do have the opportunity to jump on tomorrow afternoon, I might be able to hop on, but just because I'm not sure, I'm not going to do the fruit series tomorrow if I do hop on. Okay. I don't want anybody to miss it. So we'll do the next one on Monday at 11 a.m. Let me just double check my schedule because I want to make sure I'm not. Okay, so I have a doctor's appointment Monday morning. So probably Monday evening. It'll be Monday evening. Okay, so I'll be doing, so my Monday live that normally is at 11 will not be Monday morning. It will be Monday evening at 6 because I have a doctor's appointment Monday morning just for my annual checkup. And I've already rescheduled it a couple of times. And so I need to go ahead and do that. So I need to get it done and stop putting it off. First time completing one, and I had some, yay, Jody, I'm so glad. Yay, 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 yay. Send it to me. I want to see it. I bet it's gorgeous. Oh, thank you for the cake, Stacy Lee. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, so Monday morning or Monday evening at 6 p.m. is my next live, Central Standard Time. Okay, Central Standard Time. Guys, if you haven't grabbed your Heart Me, I have a goal of 10 and I got 6 so far. So if you have not grabbed the Heart Me from the fan club right here, grab it. That would be very helpful. And here is what we're going to be doing on Monday. the pineapple. Okay, so we'll be doing the pineapple on Monday. I'm excited. Now, if I do get to get on tomorrow afternoon, which I doubt I will, but if I can, it won't be the fruit series. Oh, these allergies are killing me, y'all. Goodness. All right. I know, Angel. Aren't they cute? I know, Angel. Aren't they cute? I know, the pollen is horrible here. Are you going to do any Mother's Day stuff? You know what? I didn't even think about that. What could we do for Mother's Day, y'all? What do you think? Like flowers, or I don't know what we would do for that. I know, right? Stacey Lee, they're too cute to eat. Yeah, maybe we can do some flowers. And maybe we could do it on like a like one of the meet-in cards. And we could make like a Mother's Day card. What do y'all think about that? Doing a Mother's Day card? Oh, wine, yeah. When is Mother's Day? Let me look. I'm not sure. What day is Mother's Day, y'all? Can somebody tell me? It's not showing up on my calendar. I'm sure it is, Stacey Lee. You could make a card for her, though, anyway. May 10th. Okay. Okay, so we can do something. Yeah, maybe next week we'll do something. We'll take one of our days and we'll do a Mother's Day card. That's a good idea. Thanks for suggesting that, Jody. Yay, Sassy Soul. I'm so glad. Yay, Sassy Soul. I'm so glad. Except for Wednesdays. I always do Wednesday evenings at like 6. But next week, I'm going to have to do Monday late also because I have the doctor's appointment. So Monday and Wednesday of next week will be 6, and the rest of the days will be around 11. And I'm in the Central Standard Time Zone. So if you if you're in a different time zone, you can adjust accordingly. Okay? All right. So replays will be available, you know where. All of the stuff that we used today, most of it was meet-in stuff, but we did use the golden maple detail brushes and the grabby multi-liners. We also used the Color colored pencils. I love, love, love. And okay, Stacey Lee, not a problem. I hope everything goes well. Okay, Stacey Lee, not a problem. I hope everything goes well. Does anybody have any questions about anything that we used today or any of the products that are in the bag, the shopping bag that you have questions on? I have to show you guys. I got this. This is new. This just came out. You guys know that I loved the Watercolor with Me in the Forest by Dana Fox. So I got this Watercolor with Me in the Ocean. And y'all, if you are looking for a fun, like no-brainer painting session, these are for you. I did the squid. Let me find it. And you don't have to draw anything. You just can paint it. It's super easy. So she gives you like the palette, the supplies that you need, and she gives you step-by-step instructions on how to do it. And then you just do it's already on watercolor paper, and it has, I mean, so you can see, here's the dolphin, or this is a beluga whale. She gives you your color palette. And then she just tells you, like, you know, mix some of the lamp black, ultramarine with water. Shade should be very light. And so you go in here and you mix it and you shade it. And then she tells you what to do next and what brush to use even. Using your round brush, apply shade all over the beluga and let it dry. Like, super easy instructions. So there's no need to feel like overwhelmed. So when I'm wanting to paint and not have to think, this is a really easy way to do that. So this, if you have the Watercolor with Me in the Forest and you love that book, then you're going to love this one too, because it's very, very much the same. So this is the Watercolor with Me in the Forest, and it's the same, except the sketches are on the left side of the page. But it's got all of the, like, florals and trees and butterflies and all of that. This was a great book too. But this book right here is Ocean, and I love it. And it teaches you wet on wet, wet on dry, and then even ink techniques, which is really nice. So this is a good way to learn how to shade and do watercolors if you're a beginner. So love those books. The other thing that I want to show you guys is I just got, hang on. Sorry, I'm having to pull it up, so. I just got these travel brushes, and I really like them a lot. So I don't know, those of you who've been with me since the beginning, and we did the we did the Advent calendar at Christmas, and we got that really cool like travel brush that opened up. That's how these are. But there's 6 of them, and you get 6 different ones. So you get the flat brush, you get an angled brush, and you get a dagger brush. So you get those 3 styles. But then you also get 3 different sizes in your round brushes. Which is kind of cool. So now, when I go on my trips, instead of having to pick through all of my brushes and pull out from all the different sets that I have, and I can just simply grab this and go, because it's got all of the stuff that I need. The only thing that I would need on top of this would be maybe a teeny tiny small detail brush. But other than that, this pretty much has everything you need. And honestly, this one, the point on this is so good that I might not even need a detail brush, honestly. I could probably use this as a detail brush. So, comes in this canvas case. And again, they just slip in here. And they're super easy to travel with. So, I wanted to share these with you guys because I really, really like them. I've painted with them a couple of times. They paint really well. And it says they have some sort of bionic bristles, which helps to control the ink flow better. Now, I don't know what that means, but I do really like the way that they paint. So anyway, I wanted to share those with you. That is this set right here. This Artifact 6-piece travel watercolor brush set. So they're really nice. Now, these are not my day-to-day brushes. These are brushes that when I go on a trip and I'm grabbing all my stuff, I grab these. I use that Meeden travel art easel and it has a drawer in it that will fit pretty much my watercolors, my paper, all of my pens and pencils, and these brushes. It's perfect. And then it has a little easel that stands up. I love that thing. And so these are perfect to go in there. So that's where I keep these. I keep them in that little box. So when I go travel, I can just grab it. It has a little handle. It's like this. So, and if you, I don't know if you guys can see that, but has this for you to put your paper on. It unbuckles right here, and it's got this, my granddaughter's been playing with clay. And it has this little stick that kind of like keeps it sitting up so you can paint. But then also it has a drawer right here. And my paints fit in here. My paper, my paints, my brushes, and all my pens and pencils. And this just kind of locks down in place. And then it has this little handle that you can carry it with you. So that is what I use for my travel. And I really love it because it has a, I don't have to worry about forgetting anything because I keep, you know, everything in here to travel with. So pretty cool. And I travel a lot. That's why I need that, because I do a lot of painting on the go. So yes, I can. Let me grab that for you guys. Let me see if I can find that. It's right here. That is it right there. The Sketchbox easel. It's really nice to have. Okay. So yeah, so if you're looking for like a really good travel easel, that's a good one to have. All right, so any questions on anything else that we used or that I have that I recommend? I'm gonna do a video on all the different brush sets that I have and what I like them for and why, because I've had a lot of questions about brushes. I have these Fumini brushes, or Fumi brushes. I don't even know how you say it, but people ask about these all the time, and I do use these, but I use them for very specific things. And then I have a lot of detail brushes and regular brushes, so I am going to do a video on that for you guys soon. Awesome, Stacy Lee. I'm telling you, if you travel or if you like to paint on the go, whether you travel or whether you like to go to the park and paint or whatever, that easel right there is really fun to have, because I keep my stuff in there that I use regularly. I mean, the stuff that I use every day, I can't keep in there, but like stuff that I use on the go, that is kind of a substitute for what I would use daily, I keep in there all the time. Yes, the Meeden brushes are amazing. I love them. They're my favorite set. These are definitely my favorite set out of everything that out of all the brushes that I have, these are for sure my favorite set. But yes, that is that little travel easel is great. I love it. You know, Meeden makes a lot of really good organizational stuff. So like if you're looking to organize your studio, which one of my goals this year, and those of you who have been following me for a while and doing my lives for a while know that one of my goals this year was to get my studio more user-friendly and organized. And I did that with the Meeden products. So like these Meeden art drawers right here are the best. Like that's these are my favorite organizational thing in my studio. And then, but I also have their marker organizer. I have 2 of those. As you can see, there's some right there too. And they have been like amazing. These are Meeden. And then that easel thing that I travel with is also Meeden. So they make a lot of really good organizational stuff. So if you're looking to get your studio more user-friendly, then Meeden is a really good company to look into because they have a lot of organizational stuff. Like these drawers right here keep like all my paper and stuff in them. And then I have like just some miscellaneous stuff in this drawer that I use regularly. I keep all my sanding stuff in here because I do a lot of woodworking stuff for my earrings. So like, you know, my earrings, I have to sand those and do things with them by hand. So I keep that all in this drawer. I mean, I love that. I wish that I had gotten these in the lighter color though to match, but I got these first. And then when I got these, they didn't offer them in the dark. So I had to go with the light. So I'm kind of sad that that doesn't match. I wish these were lighter now that I've got everything else lighter, but it is organized and I use all of these things. Like before, my markers would sit in their case and they would sit up here on the shelf and I would never pull them down because I didn't know what I had. I didn't know what I needed, that kind of stuff. It was just too much trouble. And now I can see everything I have over here. I can see all the markers that I have. And so now I'm actually using my supplies. So it makes things easier when they're organized because you can see what you have. So definitely love that. These are the drawers too. Let me pull those up. These drawers right here, the best. The best thing that I ever purchased for my studio organization wise, that's it. Love it. And they are shallow. So you can see all your stuff. So you don't have to guess at what you have. Sometimes I keep paper in there just because I don't want it to get wrinkled and I'm working on it. But you can see all your paints. You can see all your oil pastels and all the colors that you have. You don't have to dig through drawers. I also keep my colored pencils. I have my grabby erasable pens. I have my shuttle art glitter markers in here so I can see all my colors, see all my pens. Just makes life easier when you have shallow drawers. All right. So that is all I have today. This was our tutorial. We did the blueberry today. I hope that you guys had an amazing time painting with me. You guys let me know if you have any suggestions on series that you want me to do. Let me know if you have any questions over any products that are in the cart or in the shopping bag. And I will be back on Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time to do the third fruit in this series. And this is our summer series summer fruit series. And we'll be doing the pineapple on Monday. All right. I had a blast today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I will see you guys on Monday. Hey, Carry On Shopping. How's it going? This is what we did today. Thank you for the heart me. Guys, I need 2 more heart me's to hit my goal. So if you haven't grabbed your heart me from the fan club, hit this little heart right up here and do that. And that will get me to my goal of 10. If you guys haven't done that and you're willing to do that, please do. So that would be great. This was the blueberry that we did today. This was the watermelon we did yesterday. Hi, Living the Dream. How are you? Thank you for that heart me. All right. I need one more. Woohoo. Thanks. So let's do one more. If I can get one more heart me, that will hit me at my 10, which was my goal today. So if you guys would be willing to do that, yay, chasing the dream. Thank you so much. Woohoo. All right. That gets me to my goal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome for helping me out there. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Love you too, Stacey Lee. Good luck with your doctor's appointments next week. I'll see you guys on Monday at 6 p.m. I will not be doing my morning live on Monday. I will be doing my, I'll be doing an evening live on Monday at 6 p.m. Thank you. I got another heart me. Yay. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. Thank y'all so much. Woohoo. Man, Carry On Shopping she knows how to do it right. She was like pulling in people. Awesome, awesome. Thank you guys. Okay, so I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye. Thank you. My Uber broke down. I appreciate it. I love that. Thank you so much. All right, guys. I'll see you guys on Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be doing the pineapple in this series. All right? Bring your paints, bring your brushes, pencils, and paper.